you're trying to do if your point was for marketing purposes.
I think that's a good point. I think that's a good point. I think one of the things to look at is multiple accounts. If you want a corporate account for the business, maybe multiple corporate accounts for the business, depending on your product and service lines. And some people have multiple personal accounts, depending on their hobbies and passions and connections. So slice and dice it, create some boundaries, and a very good idea about revisiting that policy regularly. Things are changing too fast.
Let's hear about some social media success stories, I guess, for lack of a better word. It could be anything that maybe you guys have done personally, or something that you know of somebody else having done that's been particularly successful. Who's doing things right in social media?
I mean, I would say that we're happy with how our blog is growing. We have over 1,000 email subscribers, so that's a list that we kind of can quantify and see. We can look at our page hits on the website as well, and we're happy about that. I mean, FEI is an organization of 15,000 professionals, and our 1,000 email subscribers are about half FEI members and half non-members.
How old is your blog now?
About 5 years old. The blog serves a number of purposes. I mean, because we're a membership organization and we like to provide member benefits and some exclusivity in the work we on staff expend, we will sometimes link to more detailed summaries that are on our website that only our members can read. But at the same time, we view the blog as a marketing tool to reach out to non-members as well, to inform them about upcoming events and things that they can participate in with FEI. So, on the earlier question about whether social media is optional, I do not think it's optional. And, the blog is a way that 1,000 people have elected to become informed of news as it happens, either A, on a more timely basis than our other ways and methods of reaching out with news, whether it's our monthly magazine or our bi-weekly newsletter, or kind of news posted on the website, which requires someone to come to us and look at the website. Oh, I see there's something new up there. This is to serve people who want to get it delivered by email directly to their desktop. And it does, as others have said, produce some element of pressure on all of us writers if we're trying to keep current and trying to keep up with what's happening.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
For both Will and Edith. For both Will and Edith, you work in advocacy organizations. You have to be on message. How do you coordinate that within your organization? How do you produce that?
Well, in our case, for the most part, it's just through staff meetings and understanding. We've been together as a staff for long enough now that everyone knows how to speak in the chamber voice. So we don't have a whole lot of problem with that. I do sometimes. 2 or 3 years ago, everything would come through me, but now we're sort of happy to have our lobbyists posting information to our blog because they're talking in their voice as well. They're adding a bit of their personality, and I think that that's one key differentiator that you can use social media for in your business is bringing personality to your brand. Whether you're focusing on content or you're just marketing your business, you're probably a lot more passionate about your business than someone else if you hired an outside firm to manage your social media activities. So let that passion shine through and talk in your own voice. Talk about a subject matter area where you're particularly well versed. Content is marketing currency. There's a local, Greg Cangelosi of Blue Sky Factory, a Baltimore-based company, always says that. And if you look at some of his efforts, blueskyfactory.com, they have little profiles of all their staff on their website. All of their staff goes to their blog. All of their staff have their own Twitter accounts, and they're an email marketing provider. So they're passionate about the subject matter, and they're always coming up with great content to help other businesses use the email medium. But and just to get back to a couple other neat examples that I like, if you look at this whole idea of content as marketing currency, the local bank, First Mariner Bank, has a blog, and they're very active on Twitter. And if you look at their blog, there's some posts that have nothing to do with the bank. It has to do with the Baltimore community. There are others that show the passion of the people working behind the scenes, sort of pulling the curtain back a little bit, where they're talking about how we're trying to, how mobile technologies are changing the banking industry. There are some that talk about, well, they'll have people talk about regulatory issues and how their bank's impacted by that. So I think there are a number of ways. Two things that I leave you with were just focus on content as marketing currency. You probably have an expertise in a certain area that can lend credibility to you in these social spaces and add personality to your brand. I think social media is an easy way to do that.
Can you just also share that example about the dental firm? Because I thought that was great for CPAs.
That's another great example. Nate and Lean, a CPA firm based in Timonium, they have a particular expertise dealing with dentists. So they launched a blog that's totally based on dental CPAs, and they also launched a Twitter account. And you can actually see them doing some business on Twitter if you visit twitter.com/dentalCPAs, and you'll see them interacting with people. They go to conferences, obviously, and do the face-to-face networking, but they found that using a blog and using Twitter has been a way to drive traffic to that dental CPA blog and to their practice, building business in their practice. That's great.
Besides the success story example of Edith and I via the blog, and then me getting her involved in Twitter, and then both of us being here because of knowing the Association of CPAs initially through Twitter. I feel really gratified in having brought along a few lawyers in using Twitter and blogs more extensively. Some of you might be familiar with the publication Compliance Week, which is a pretty highbrow online and print publication for compliance professionals, chief compliance officers, chief risk officers, general counsels, etc. And I've been working with them for the last 3 years or so, attending their annual conference. I just came back, it was the week before last, in Washington, D.C. And when I went 3 years ago, I was the only blogger. I was the only blogger they had ever authorized to be have a media presence there. It's usually the traditional media. And that was pre-Twitter, at least for me. And so that was the first step. Then 2 years ago, or I should say, yeah, the year before last, a few more people knew about me. Compliance Week was a little bit more comfortable with me. They were all very friendly, etc. But Compliance Week was strictly a subscription-only publication. You had to. There was no content that was available. They were not on Twitter, not doing anything other than that. They were not interested in blogs per se. And then last year, after encouraging Matt Kelly, the editor-in-chief, to Scott Cohen, about a year ago, you need to have blogs. You need to have something that's available to people that's not subscription. You need to draw them into the publication. You need to be more current. You need to be on Twitter.